pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, a motion to approve the minutes of this meeting.
I'll second.
I'll vote yes. Communications from Ms. Dolly.
From the Mahoning County Soil and Water Conservation District, notification that they have birdseed and a fingerling fish sale, all that good stuff. A copy of our letters to Mike McCormick at the Division of Mineral Resource Management, and a copy of our resolution stating that we would like to be informed if there are any drilling permits issued by them. From Rick, we got these licenses from Emergitech. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Emergitech, I think is
Emergitech, okay. Is it okay for me to sign them? I'm asking you guys.
I don't have a problem with it, because actually I think when you took your lovely title as fiscal officer, that gave you that privilege to sign this stuff.
Okay, I just want to make sure you guys know what I'm doing, Rick, so you know.
The licenses for the MDTs, the paperwork.
Okay, it's okay for me to do that? I mean...
And you've read them, Rick, and you feel everything's
They're pretty much just hold harmless clauses in case they lose information?
Yep.
Okay.
That's the way I read it.
Okay.
We pay them a monthly fee, but they can lose our stuff.
Yes, and it's okay when you sign it, so.
All right.
Well, it's on the internet, you know how I got it.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
So
no.
just so you guys know, I'll be signing these and sending them back in then. Okay. I just wanted your blessing, I guess. The policy book has been updated with everything in it, and I have alphabetized it.
Oh, is there a lot of them in there?
Well, you know.
Because I actually have it in here under new business for us to go through and just kind of review.
Okay.
Just real quickly and then.
Yeah, that's fine.
initial.
Sure. Okay, that's good. We can handle it that way. Okay, that is all I have.
Okay, under pending business, which was formerly old business, but it's not really old, it's still pending. The road superintendent job description, still compiling, still sitting on the desk collecting dust. So. Blighted property on Route 224 by the railroad tracks, still going to be considered for a burn drill.
Considered. I got the information from the asbestos, and I'll forward that to the EPA.
So you're waiting for EPA approval then? Okay. Western Reserve Baseball Organization. We need a contract and an insurance certificate. You're good. You're good.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, we will sign these at the end of the... Are you going to stay for the whole meeting?
Yes.
Okay, we'll sign these at the end of the meeting and make a copy. And then give her a
Sure.
copy back then?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Additional insured, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, well, good. Thank you very much. And you're going to get with the guy from Triple Crown to make sure that that's... Okay. Good. Leffingwell Bedell Road issue. The county came in and cleaned out the ditch on the northwest side of the intersection. Water still continues to bubble up in the pothole. Dick has put some gravel out there for right now. And I talked to Brian, and he said the north end location of the culvert pipe is unknown by them as well. They have no idea where it goes. They blew it out last year, and they had no restrictions, so therefore they know that it wasn't plugged, but they don't know where it comes out on the north side. Anyway, I explained to him that we had discussed putting tar in the hole, but it's a waste of money to put anything in there if the water's just going to continue to push it up. So he's coming tomorrow, and he's going to call me when he gets ready to come up. They're coming up with a backhoe, and they're going to dig the pipe up.
good. Oh, good.
He said he would call me and let me know they'd load everything up. So when I find out what time, I will text you guys and to let you, so if you can come up.
I may not be close enough around to
Okay.
get there, but...
Okay, we're probably looking like around 10-ish or later.
Okay,
Okay,
later.
Well, steel pipe.
No, it's a
It was
tile.
glazed tile.
Wow, it's old.
It's old.
When you're standing there looking at it, looking north, you can see it goes on an angle. It doesn't go straight across. And they've cleaned it out and said they've done whatever, and there's nothing that comes out of the other side of the field. I have no idea. But anyway, so I'll send you guys a text when, yeah. So hopefully we'll solve that tomorrow. So I kind of got the impression though, because he said, I don't even know who it belongs to, and I said, my understanding is that because it runs parallel with the county road, it would belong to the county, be your responsibility. And he said, we'll just get the backhoe up and dig it up and do whatever we have to do.
Awesome.
Good.
So once they pull it up and mess the road up and decide that it's not their responsibility, then we might have to step up and offer to give them a pipe or something, but we'll deal with that when we come to it. Heiser and Bedell Road concern of the resident pipe in the ditch. I called the county about that. County came up and inspected it, and they do not see a water restriction because of the resident's pipe. But Dick went up there and had to clean the leaves and debris around the pipe because it was backing the water onto Heiser Road. So do you guys want to consider the township writing a letter to the resident asking him to either keep it clean or remove it because he's damaging or possibly damaging Township Road?
I think we should. I think,
Keep clean.
Right. You guys willing to do that then?
yeah, I
Okay.
think that's a good idea.
All right, we'll write a letter. Okay. Weaver Road issue. Dick, you said you had another idea about that.
Weaver Road?
Mm-hmm.
It's, well, I don't know, it's a brainstorm. It's burned. I don't know how to say it. You know, if you have a lake and a dam, and the water's running over the dam, it's running over cement. You understand what I'm saying? I thought if we dig down up against the road, 8-10 inches deep, so wide, fill it with concrete and bring it down over and make a form so you can put the concrete, and that water runs over the same place every time.
Right.
You think that would work if we drove rebar down? You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
I thought
that's what we talked about before.
Well, I thought we was going to do the whole thing, the whole thickness, but we wasn't. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, you mean,
No, I
I'm
don't.
lost.
Well, the slag's on there, so we don't want to dig that back out. You understand what I'm saying?
You don't want to have to, or you will have to? What did you say?
No, I don't think you have to.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll work. It's just something that popped in my head.
Well, how thick would we have to go with the concrete on the side of the road anyway? At least 6 inches, right?
oh,
And right now, the berm is all the way at level with the road.
Yeah, but it'll settle, and we can dig that out a little bit. Yeah,
or whatever.
But you're saying it would be 8 to 10 inches deep, the concrete?
Well, that maybe a foot out or so,
Okay.
towards the grass,
8 to 10.
so it wouldn't move.
8 to 10 right against the road.
Oh, and then the berm
then-
will be
If we're on
still
top of the
be.
berm, down into the yard,
Just
so
gradually.
the water will run over top
Yeah.
of the concrete instead of over the slag.
Right. Just
But the slag's not gonna hold it.
I see.
make like using the shoulder as an approach pretty much, but the water would run down the
Yeah,
concrete
'cause
instead of...
that's done that twice that I know of.
So your concrete over your slag isn't going to be that thick? Is that what
It
you're
could be
saying?
3 or 4 inches.
I don't think
That
that's thick
freeze
enough.
and crack?
Yeah,
That's
but-
kind of correct.
yeah. But,
Yeah. I mean, it would crumble up, wouldn't it?
Let's
It
meet
would
out there or
freeze.
something, Dick.
I have no idea whether it would or not. This is just something I thought about.
Okay.
It's better than
It's at least a
what's
thought.
there.
Just
The Passmobile didn't hold it.
just meeting out there and then deciding by looking at it, but it's definitely going to have to be thicker than a few inches right up against the road.
Well, up against the road, yeah. I said dig down maybe 10 inches, and 8 or 10 inches wide or a foot wide, up against the road.
Oh, okay, no.
Understand what I'm saying?
That's a little different, okay.
Let's just meet out there sometime.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, when the weather's a little better, 'cause it's supposed to snow this week.
Yeah.
But the rebar and stuff, I still think that's a good idea. Did you check on
Well,
the
if you
difference
drive
in
it down
cost
the ground far enough, it would help hold
between
it.
the concrete and the the asphalt?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, we'll just meet out there. Okay, Township roadside long arm mowing, brush trimming contracted with Brad Grace. I went over today on Leffingwell Road. I thought it looked very nice. I know it's more of a mess for you guys to have to clean up, but that's what we contracted him to do, to get all that stuff.
Well, I'm thinking about the water and the trash that went in the ditch. Because the guy that lives there, he's, a couple of years ago, he approached me that his water wasn't running out of his house because it drains there. It was backing up. It was, and there is a bunch of debris right there. Twigs and whatever he mowed.
Okay.
I didn't say it didn't look nice. It just,
Okay, well,
it surprised me.
It's shocking because of how much he actually did, but once the buds come on and it comes back, it'll be fine. But that's pretty much what we wanted to do, get back to the pole line so everything is clear in the right of way. Again, it's going to be a lot more work for you guys because you're going to have to go and clean a lot of those branches and stuff up. I didn't know if he was intending, I don't think he was going back over and mowing over top of the stuff that we were just going to have our people pick up afterwards.
Yeah, that's the way I
And clean up
understood.
afterwards. So just maybe start doing a little bit at a time and...
Well, I think the ditch ought to be cleaned out. So the water will run. It don't run there very good anyway.
Ditch cleaned out, you mean because there's too much silt in there, or?
Or the twigs and stuff when he mowed.
Right,
And you still, I know it's still there.
right. But you guys are going to go clean that out with the rakes and stuff, right?
No, rake or fork or something.
Okay, all right. And then we'll go.
But
through
it doesn't need dug and cleaned out,
No, no,
right?
no.
Okay. But yeah, I noticed coming up Leffingwell on the township side too, like down where you trim, down close to Duck Creek, there's a lot of garbage and stuff out there. So nice day if you guys want to grab the trash bags and kind of pick some of that stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, because when you go around and mow,
You can call the sheriff too,
it's, oh yeah, I never thought about that.
save us money.
Okay, you know what, we'll do that.
I'm done.
Meeting's done, meeting's
That's no
over.
idea.
Oh, my.
What was I do?
Call the sheriff.
Yeah, call litter control and have them come out and pick the trash and stuff up. I don't know if they'll pick up twigs, but I know they'll pick up the garbage. Okay, so we just, for all the township roads, should we just kind of do a drive-by and see which ones are the worst? Okay. Good idea, Jason.
I'm on fire.
I'm tired.
That's right.
The 2010 KME pumper fire engine,
Excuse me,
Sure.
it's an 11.
it's an, oh, I'm sorry,
Well,
my mistake.
no,
Well,
no.
technically, the engine's a 10.
Oh, yeah. We
No, it's
just,
not, it's a 9.
It's a 9.
yeah. But the title's coming as an 11, right, Rick?
Title's coming as an 11.
Okay, so,
And he just told me that, I'm sorry.
okay. So it's an 11.
As soon as I get the title,
It
I'm
was a
gonna...
10,
Yeah.
it really is a 9.
I'm gonna notify Trent. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No, that's okay, I'm glad you clarified that, so at least we all know. Took delivery on March 10th, 2011. Date not yet available for the equipment installation at the Cleveland facility, is that correct?
Yeah, it'll be within a couple weeks.
Okay, and the title has still not received.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, when we get that title, is it gonna be an Ohio title? Okay, but we don't have to do anything.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Why would it be, oh, because you brought it through
Yeah.
Warren Fire Equipment, or,
That's made in PA.
It was made
In
in PA.
yeah. Okay.
But it should be titled.
And I had it sent to my house because it's coming UPS, and they won't deliver to a post office box. Okay.
okay, trash collection and appliance drive is going to be May 7th through May 14th. Tire collection has been confirmed for May 14th with Kenny Dustman from the Mat Shop. And I asked him to fax over a price list to confirm the pricing on the tires for us. New business. We have an application for employment for Mr. Richard Taylor. Board need to discuss anything?
Let's try and make a motion, we hire them.
I'll second that motion.
And I'll vote yes.
Balloons, string bearers.
Yeah, we're waiting, come on.
Bonnie's ready for the
This is the
party.
This is the party, this is the party. So, Mr. Marshall, you know Mr. Taylor?
Richard?
I know.
Richard?
Richard.
So he can go on your list for when you can't find anybody else. He's the next guy on the list. Okay?
Okay.
I have 2 lists.
Don't you,
We know
Liz?
you do. We know you did.
The one that buys some coffee, the one that doesn't.
Well, and Rich said that he'd be in the fields a lot in the spring, driving for ag land. So,
That'd be mostly April and May. After planting over, they don't need me that much.
and he said usually if you call him the night before you're going to need him, then that's the easiest way to get a hold of him because he doesn't carry a cell phone into the fields during the day. Okay.
Maybe one day you can kind of come up and tag around and kind of
You show him the ropes.
Yeah, what day would be a good day to come and kind of show you what's going on?
It don't matter.
Yeah, okay.
Any day except Thursday.
Oh, so you are going to golf? I just announced that you were not going to golf this year because
He
of the
didn't say
price
he's
of gas.
golfing, maybe he's doing
Oh,
something
never
else.
mind. Never mind, TMI.
I probably won't do as much, no. I'm not driving that far for how much gas it costs me. Costs me too much money.
Okay.
Do you have something, excuse me, do you have something lined up tomorrow or Wednesday? Would you like Rich to come up
Well, I
one
don't
of those
have,
days?
I was gonna take the snow stuff off, but after I seen the weather forecast.
May I text you tomorrow too when Brian meets me over at Leffingwell and Vidal?
I'd like to be there.
Will you answer it? Will you look at the text?
Well, I look at the
Well, I know
weather.
you could, the text message, I can send you a text, or you want me to call
I don't
you?
get no text message.
Yes, you do for all the fire calls.
Oh, yeah, I look at it.
Okay. Okay. Welcome aboard, Mr. Taylor.
So maybe Wednesday would be a good day?
Probably.
You wanna, are you okay for Wednesday, Rich? Okay. Maybe you can come up and Dick can show you around a little bit.
Awesome.
Exchange phone numbers and that kind of good stuff.
Birthdays.
Yeah.
Show him
Lights.
about the time cards and, some of the things you do. Okay?
Okay. Township policies. Otarma requires us every year to go over our policies in our policy book that Dolly's nice enough to do for us.
Very
And-
fancy.
Yes. And we should actually do this at the reorganizational meeting, but we haven't. So just go through these real quick. The cell phone policy, we're all aware of the cell phone policy. The cemetery foundation disclaimer, the conflict of interest policy.
Now, I just alphabetized them in here according to what they're named. If you guys want them in some other order of date or whatever,
That's fine with me.
Reverse Big Latin.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can read. Credit card policy, the employee hiring policy, the firearms policy, general driving rules and regulations. Also, too, the one thing that we did not say that every year, at the beginning of the year, we require a driving, Dolly submits to this, I'm sorry? Abstract driving report. To get your driving record, you have to submit a copy of your driver's license every year to the township. And there's a form that she'll be giving you to
And proof of insurance.
improve of insurance. And did we skip over still the same one?
that's a long one.
Yeah, notice of unacceptable driving record, insurance and maintenance report, okay. The investment policy, the prohibiting of skateboards and sport vehicles on township property policy. We have a lot of policies.
Red tape.
Yeah, public records policy. If anybody wants, our public records are posted right out there in the building. Records, safety policy, and the sexual harassment policy. And I think that's the end. Okay, we'll do the minutes, we'll go through and initial all these and bring them over if we need to. Okay, we had an issue with the tree up here the other day. There was a huge branch that was loose from the top, and it had made a mess all over the porch. So Dick had to take the truck and pull the branch out, and had it come down on the porch, it would have caused some damage, or God forbid, it probably would have hurt somebody seriously if it would have came down. Please don't cry. But anyway, it has come to the point where it's becoming a serious safety issue, in my opinion. and I really think we need to consider cutting it down.
Right, I know, I was looking for a short meeting, I wasn't prepared for this either.
There is another limb up there, but we can't get it
Okay.
laying up there. It's road.
Okay. It is filled with concrete, I realize that. But if it were to come down on the building, on the porch, anything, or let's say, God forbid, on a person, it's just not going to be worth the liability of keeping it, in my opinion. So what do you two think?
My only thought is, I know we're going to get a lot of headache over it, but I don't know what we can do to make it safer.
If it makes you feel any better, I actually discussed this morning with somebody that I thought would give us the most grief about it. And grief's not, I guess, the word I want. The one that would be the most disappointed if it came down. And that person said he realized it was becoming an issue and he knew that it was inevitable. And he agreed that probably if it's coming down, the branches are coming down, that it's probably a good thing to have the tree cut down.
That's biggie there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's a safety issue, I mean, we gotta do what's right.
Right.
That is going to be an expensive.
Well, obviously, we're going to, but, at the same time, we need all the trees here trimmed. We need the trees at the cemetery trimmed. So whoever takes the tree down we can get a price for trimming the trees as well. So we'll be doing a lot of stuff with the, I know Pete Steer does that. We can look around and see if there's any other names of people that trim trees like that. I mean, because the trees up here are getting really raggedy, a lot of branches and stuff. These need to be trimmed back.
Who looks at that stuff?
I do.
I know there's another dead tree dying. It's up at the Township garage.
Right next to the building. That one's dying? Really?
It's dying.
We could fill it with concrete and keep it for 25 years.
That's right.
Well, I'm just saying.
I know.
It's not clear dead, but if it fell towards the brick building, the cement block building, it might not mean much, but if it fell the other way, it would hit the garage.
So are we all in agreement then that we were going to consider cutting the tree down, get some prices?
Get some prices, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to go against that.
We'll replant.
Well, I don't
Well, yeah, we will.
We will. I don't know, what kind of tree would you put out there?
A dwarf one.
But see, on the outside of all this, the porch is new, the siding is new on the house, everything looks good on the house, so it's not like you're going to be exposing a lot of things that are going to be negative once you pull the tree out.
No.
So, and that'll be good. So, just throwing it out there for you, but it's something we really need to consider seriously soon. Okay. Okay. Speaking of repairs, building repairs. Tentative date for projects. You guys have any dates in mind for when? Probably looking at this fall by the time we coordinate
July
everything.
31st through August 5th would be great.
Yeah, I know. So if we get everything together over the summer, what we decide we want to do.
Well, what are we talking? You mean the siding?
Just all, well,
Building?
they're all going to be bid out separately because of the costs. They're going to have to be bid out separately. So we're looking at the fire, now the fire station interior and exterior. Do you want to bid those separate or you want to bid those together?
Don't matter, but I don't want to wait until the end of the year to do it.
Well, by the time you get a bid contract together, get it out for bid and review the bids, give them time to get it and then get it back and then award the bid and their time schedule, you're probably looking at early fall at the earliest anyway. And that's if we do it right now.
Whatever.
Well, if you want to do the contract up to do it, then we can do it sooner because the sooner we have the contract, the sooner we can advertise it.
I'd like to get it done as soon as possible. I want it to set all winter or all summer long because I think that's part of our problem, the moisture and everything else. I don't want to wait towards where you're getting into the fall months where it's raining. That's my only concern.
Well, and usually paint, paint you never know with summertime.
Well, it's better than fall time. You know you have rain in the fall. August and September you have rain.
And you want to do interior and exterior, right? And so it shouldn't be...
The exterior, yeah, it would only be a couple days, so it wouldn't even be like it.
I mean, if you just
It's probably
decide...
by August, I would think. I mean, we decide what paint colors we want and what kind of paint.
And advertise.
Well, the inside wouldn't be a problem, they could do that anytime,
Yeah,
but the outside.
yeah.
It would mainly be our advertising, because there's not a lot of specs that need written up
Right.
or anything.
Right. Yeah, that would be the advertising. The April
Yeah.
newsletter's going out right now. So which means the next newsletter to go out would be May. And there's 2 meetings in May. Yeah. So we're looking at
I'd say by July or August we can.
by July 30th. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you guys want to do these just one at a time as far as bidding it out, the projects out, or get it all together and have them all 3 available? And is that too much to bite off at one time? Too many things to have to deal with at one
I
time?
would say do the things separately,
Well,
the
we're-
painting separate, and then the...
Right, right, because the fire station project itself would be its own separate bid
Yeah,
packet.
and that could move quicker
Right.
than these other two.
Yeah.
Right. So do you want to bid the interior and the exterior as 2 separate contracts, or you want it, you do? You want them separate? Okay, but you definitely want the exterior one done first. Is there any special kind of paint that has to be on the inside?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't really know.
Okay. We would need to know that
We
before we
did
bid it
it
out.
once before.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
We did it once before.
Yeah, I remember that.
Joe was cheap.
Is that, who did it? The same guy that did our painting here, I
Chisholm?
think.
Oh, Dave Chisholm?
Chisholm, I believe he did.
You know, I think you're right, though.
I think so.
Can I ask what you're
That
thinking
was-
is bidding separately?
Do I?
Can I ask what you're thinking is bidding them separately?
I just want to make sure that the thing gets done ASAP. That's my only concern.
But you
I'm
still bid
thinking-
them together, but that you would have put a limit on, like the outside would have to be done by July 30th, and the interior
If
would
we
be
can
done
do that.
by
Because I
whatever.
think we get a cheaper price if we do them together, because
Right.
they're only coming out once.
Right.
Would a contractor do both inside and outside? I don't know, I'm asking.
I don't think so.
I-
It's
we
block
could-
on both of them.
Bid it out that way, and we don't get any responses, I'm sure we will.
Well, see, that floor will have to be cleaned and, with acid and the whole 9 yards.
You want the floor painted too?
Yeah. Yeah, because this one hasn't been painted.
Rick, would they have to power wash the outside of that
Oh,
to
definitely, to loosen that loose paint off of
loosen
it.
it? Or is that going to add more moisture? What do you
I
think?
wouldn't power wash it. I'd either corn cob it or scrape it.
Well, usually they would power wash it and let it dry for like a week, and then they paint it. But see, I don't, because when you have it sealed on both sides, you can't afford to get the moisture in because it'll come back out.
I remember the one
Well-
time we power washed this house.
Actually, I saw all that white stuff that's coming in, that's the stuff coming out of concrete because it's
Exactly.
moisture.
Exactly. And that's what I'm concerned with.
Right.
As far as,
Did we have the repair, was there a repair made in the wall where the crack is?
no, there's none needed.
There's none needed.
Mhm.
So you guys got it all taken care of? Or?
Well, he just said leave it, monitor it. And he said he didn't think it was anything structural to be concerned about.
Oh, okay, so they can just go ahead and fill it with
Both going, just,
paint over the crack?
And is that what he advised, or what did he?
yeah.
Well, wouldn't
If
the,
you fill it and paint it, then you can't measure it and monitor it.
monitor, we know what you
We
want
know.
to say.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Well, wouldn't a contractor that would be bidding on this know what was needed to clean, scrape, or whatever you want to say?
Hopefully, unless you got, some
Just as long as we know that they're not.
school teachers that were doing it for the
Right.
summer.
Exactly.
You got,
Okay, so,
not that I have anything against
No, I
school
know.
teachers doing
okay, we
it.
could specify no power wash, and I'm sure anybody wanting to bid would probably call and question, because, maybe the best thing to do would be to go ahead and put the specifications in when we put the bid packet out for availability,
Yeah.
and then if they have any questions, they can come to the meeting, we can figure it, well, if we're doing July, May,
You do,
yeah.
you do a pre-bid meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, it would just be another meeting then.
Special meeting, a
And the
pre-bid.
floor will have to be done at different intervals. You'll have to have one time and let it dry for a couple of days while you house your.
And I'm assuming that anybody that's going to take on a project of this magnitude would be somebody that is hopefully certified in painting and not just somebody wanting to do a summer project or an Eagle Scout project or something.
So are you giving up the idea of 2 separate bids then?
Yeah.
Yes. We'll do one bid.
Oh, we're doing one?
One bid with specifications, the exterior has to be done by July 30th, the floor needs to be done.
That's why I called for my.
And to specify no power
Yeah,
wash.
that'd be cool.
One contract. Well, when you have a
Pre-bid meeting?
yeah, that's not considered a trustee meeting.
No.
Right, because we used to do that with the road jobs when Alan France was around like that, and that's not considered a meeting.
Right, so you just pretty much hold a meeting prior to the opening of the bid or prior to when the
A couple
bids,
weeks.
when the bids become available, so everybody's on the
Everybody gets the
same.
bids, they look them over for a week or 2 weeks, and then you meet with them. If they have
And
any
then
questions,
questions.
go over the specifications.
Okay,
We probably should just announce it to be safe.
Oh, sure.
right.
Yes,
Okay,
but that's not anything that you need to take minutes at and all that
Okay.
stuff.
so I'll be calling you and unless somebody else wants to do the contract.
So I said with them, we'll go to Sherwin-Williams this week and see what they recommend for things like that.
Okay. Okay, and we have a generic contract that we use for different things where we can just stick in what we need. So the fancy stuff, he's already all done with the road contracts that we've done for that, so we're covered that way. So we just put in the specify of the project details, which if we could swap that out and do that, and once you find out the specifications that you are realistic, then, okay, but that'll be good then. Okay, 224 Township Garage. This one. You're saying you think stucco.
I was just throwing out a suggestion because I know vinyl is based on oil.
Right.
The price of oil is outrageous, and I
Right.
don't know.
So we need to get a cost comparison on stucco?
And I'm still thinking the steel. I know Dolly said that they hadn't had good luck with their steel building. But I'm wondering if the newer stuff, I would like to look at something that has,
If we're going on looks like, I don't want to say the other 2 trustees usually do, I don't like the steel.
the steel would not show the ripple of the siding, because this is
And you can get it in
very
a lot
out
of
of
different colors.
square now.
Maybe with the stucco, you can put that to a level of
See, I
surface.
have stucco on the bottom part of my house, and I got close to it with a weed whipper, and it sliced it. It's pliable
Well, then
and.
you shouldn't get that close to your house.
But we know how Dick is with the weed whipper around here. That's right.
Does it chip off?
No, it doesn't chip off, but actually, in the back it did sag. So there's actually, where it shrunk, it pulled away from like all the meeting places and stuff, so. But we could still check on the price.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking, but like she said, the steel siding is something to consider because the powder coat did it or something. Where it's supposed to be better. So we did steel siding. Hey Dick, one day when you're not busy, do you go out and do the measurements of the building for
I
us?
got that.
While you're talking about it, am I allowed to talk?
Sure.
If you're going to do something with that building, I'd definitely do something with the windows. Because
We are.
you need
That's
that
on there.
heat.
Talking about.
That's on there.
Oh, okay.
Now, are the windows over there? I mean, I know they're in bad shape, but can they be reglazed or?
I put they're too big. They're high.
We definitely cut the windows down. It doesn't need to
I
be.
put glass block windows in
Well,
there.
that's what I was thinking too.
Because
still wanna keep
you
some
don't
light
need
in
to
there.
see out.
No, but you still need some light
You
in
need
there.
the light.
Well,
Or these inserts, you could do the inserts.
Because you lose a lot of heat.
Right. Well, that was another consideration with the gas bill over there because there's obviously no insulation or anything behind there because it's,
You don't need them. That
I've
was
got
a school. You don't
28
need
by
them windows like that anymore.
67,
I'm sorry, Sandy?
28 by 67, 14.6 high. And that's approximately 2855 square feet. 2,855.
Is that the building?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you already have them.
Yeah, so you did.
And the size windows, it was recommended to, when I was talking about this before, was 38 by 60. I want to look at something. And that was going to run about $350 a window
But we don't need that
at
many
that
windows
point in
over there.
time.
Because actually, there's a couple windows pretty much covered up
It
over
could
there,
be-
isn't there?
Covered over.
Oh, windows exposed. Man, 38 by 60, that's got to be pretty close to what those are.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty
Or
close.
maybe that's what those are, but what? Is it?
That's over five
Yeah.
feet.
Okay, and what he was recommending to do was $350 a window, but I don't have a size.
Okay, maybe we
But
can
that would
replace
be well-
that size. Okay, so,
And that was to replace them?
That was to reduce
I'll
and
reduce them,
put
okay.
inserts in.
oh, okay, but that wasn't glass block, that was for inserts.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Obviously, insulation, like we talked about, or like we talked about before, prior to whatever they put on there, because of the cost of the gas over there, is something we need to consider. What about the condition of the overhead doors?
I say get new ones.
Relatively inexpensive when we had the ones on the 534 building replaced, by comparison.
Get a new man door, too.
No, he wants overhead garage door over there,
Man door, that's what it was.
and a new man door. The building's not going anywhere, Rick, it has to have something done to it. Okay. 534 Township Garage. So what are we looking at, just siding there? What's the condition of the door over there?
The what?
The door, the man door.
It seems to be all right. You might have to
Okay.
push on a little bit to open, but it opens all right. Looks all right.
So what do you think? Do you think the siding is in bad enough shape that it needs to be re-sided, or you think we could get away with just painting it?
I just painted.
What about like the downspouts and stuff? What's the condition of those down there?
They just need cleaned out.
But you're thinking just painting down there, not siding?
Yeah, I wouldn't say.
I think didn't we do those downspouts a while back?
I don't remember doing it now. I remember the school kids painted it.
I remember that, yeah, that was one of the senior projects, or the history class projects, I think it was.
The spotting, it just needs the junk cleaned out, that's all.
Okay. So painting then?
Are we going to do that ourselves, or are you guys going to?
Paint it ourselves?
No.
How are you with painting, Rich?
No.
I'm shaking his head no.
Is this going to be a big thing, too? Is what I was asking.
That was painted in one day.
Well, first of all, it's not going to even meet the threshold for painting, so we really don't even have to technically bid it out.
See what kind
She
of prices
added-
there.
Huh?
So see what kind of prices we get when we get the fire station.
Okay, so we don't really need to bid this one out.
No, so we're not going to bid this one out, or we'll just table it for right now and decide what we want to do later. Maybe we could tack it onto the fire station. Well, not tack it on, but get a price from the person that would be doing that one.
Whatever.
Patchmobile consideration for 2011. We doing Patchmobile this year?
Gippers.
Oh, I think we should. We
Okay.
need to save those roads.
Okay. We'll wait till next month to decide a date to go check the roads and.
Where I can take jump out.
Yeah. When Sandy and I drive, we jump out and run alongside the car. Really good. Dick, you can start keeping notes for us about where you think needs the most attention to, and then between all of us we can.
Well, I got a pretty good idea now.
Okay. Well, you know what? You want to write it down on something?
Yeah. I got some coal patch off of Ace, but it sit there all winter outside.
Okay,
And I bought, I don't know, 10 or 12 bags. And some of it wasn't any good because it froze. Yeah, but I used it all up. I didn't lose that much.
okay.
And what I put in the holes, it was all right. Now, I talked to him today. He's going to order a new pallet, a fresh load.
Okay.
Is it all right to get some of that? Because I got some holes that needs patched.
I don't have a
Hey,
problem.
that's an understatement, isn't it?
Do you have anything
Everywhere
to
you
do
go,
that?
there's almost,
Yeah, Dick, that's fine.
Not
You can
just
go
here.
ahead and do that.
Okay, he'll get it next week, so I can get started on that.
You're just getting one pallet,
Well, it is a lot in a pallet. I ain't gonna get a whole pallet.
a partial pallet?
Yeah, I'll probably get 20, 25 bags.
Crack fill scheduling. I know it's early, but we need to, as soon as the weather gets nice, we need to start scheduling,
All right.
trying to get, because we want to be able to get it all done this year before the weather turns bad this fall.
Now, are you gonna wanna finish where I left off, or you wanna start over again?
Well-
I think you need to finish where you left off,
Yeah.
probably.
Well, that's what I suggest, then you can go back if you have to.
Right. So how much material do we need to purchase to get started then?
Well, I got almost 2 pallets.
You still have 2 pallets
Yeah.
left, so we'll start with that
Yeah.
and order more, because you don't have a lot of room for storage, right?
You could get 2 more, but I won't need 2 pallets to finish what I did.
Okay?
But I noticed Leffingwell and Mill Road has got some cracks that wasn't there last year. So,
Leffingwell and Mill, did you say?
yeah.
So we'll just go ahead and start with what we have, and then when we're ready, we'll just order more when we need it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what about the neighbor?
What about the neighbor? If they want to order some, they'll have to call in.
Well, they got a
before.
pallet,
Okay,
and I never got down there last fall.
well,
After ours is done?
yes, ours first,
Okay.
and then we'll wait and see. Okay. Let's see what I can do right now. Memorial Day preparations, I've already requested a building agreement. I'll do the lemonade. The Western Reserve Choir was interested in being the vocalist for this year, so that's covered. We don't really have to go over this right now, but I don't know if you guys would just want to start giving consideration to...
Are the vets going to speak again like they did last year?
You know what, if they don't want to speak altogether, I've thought about maybe just asking Fred Schrock, because he's a very, very good speaker. And I like having our own people doing it instead of somebody that maybe not everybody's familiar with. So that's just something that I thought to go out there, if that was okay with you guys.
fantastic.
Okay. Okay, and also, too, another thing I was going to ask Mr. Swimmer when I saw him, they're tentatively planning on beginning in the new school in November of 2011. Right. So technically, there's probably no reason why we still, unless they're going to demolish it right away and have a use for the property, whatever they're going to do, I was going to ask him if it's still going to be available for us to use in 2012 in May. Even though the building's not occupied, there's no reason why we still couldn't use it for one more year after that. So that's pending right now until I talk to him and see what they have in mind with the building, and so it technically doesn't have to really be our last year there. So, technically. So we'll kind of wait and see. Because if the building's still there, we might as well use it as long as we can.
Technically, we should.
Yeah, okay. Okay, the next meeting is Monday, April 18th, 2011, at 7 p.m. That is our only meeting for April. And board member reports. Jason?
I will be attending the 911 executive board meeting tomorrow, 9 o'clock.
you're the man I need to speak with then.
Fantastic. I can't tell you how thrilled I am about that.
Tomorrow? Tomorrow?
20 seconds.
That's pretty much all I have. I've been calling the county engineer's office on Shillings Road.
And so have I. And so have the residents. I've been encouraging them to call as well.
I'm also going to get a petition to them. They've requested that.
Sandy?
My only question is, are we going to go forward with looking at trucks also as one of our projects with our dump truck? We had budgeted for it for this year, and
My personal feeling is, with just getting the new fire truck and with the school levy, I'm not in favor of purchasing a truck right now, right? Because I don't think that we have a dire need for it at this particular time.
I think if that truck was a good deal and it was on the state purchase, I'd have considered it, but I'm pretty much in the same boat.
Yeah, I think right now, but I do want it to be known that when the time comes to make a purchase, I'm definitely considering, local is definitely where it needs to be purchased from, and if availability is going to be made at state purchase price or lower from a local vendor, then I'm all for that. But right now, if we voted on it tonight, I would have to vote no.
well, now this is my thought, and I think it's worth thinking about. We know that dump truck is seeing a lot of use and wear and tear, and we, at some point in time, our big dump truck is going to need replaced. So what I'm thinking is, I don't want to see that get to be too close together, that we have to concern ourselves with buying two dump trucks, one ton and one bigger one. I think, and the one we saw the other night was a beautiful truck, and it was nice and sturdy, but it did have a few things on it that we didn't need as far as bells and whistles that we could do without. Being as this is the road department and not the fire department, I don't think that should be considered. It's not that we're asking for money for this. We have budgeted for it.
Right.
And so that's something I want
Right, but you know what, for the 49% that missed out when the fire truck got passed, and for the people that missed out on the fire levy, I guess I kind of feel like that it's time for their voices to be heard. And it's still tax dollars, no matter if it's a fire truck or anything, it's still tax dollars. I would like to see us wait. But that's my opinion. I would like to see us wait, because I don't see the immediate need right now. Had the need would have been immediate, and that would have been on it, I would have been all for purchasing that truck. But at this particular time right now, I don't feel that there's a need. I think we can get another year or so out of it, and when it comes time, then I'd like to deal with it then. But my opinion would be no right now.
I don't feel we're getting nickeled and dimed by it. And I see your point there. I didn't think of that, the two trucks back to back.
Right.
What year is the one, or the big truck?
95. I think it's a 95. It's a big truck in 95?
The snowplow truck?
No, that's newer than that, isn't it?
Yeah.
2000?
The
big one.
big one.
The
yeah.
big
International we're talking about. That help you?
The snowplow truck?
Yes.
It's a 2000.
Thousand.
94 is the one.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay.
And that's all I have to report.
It's a 94, the one ton? Okay, department reports, fire department.
I have none.
No?
Just happy to be here.
Happy to be here.
Okay. I want to say I had a wonderful time at your euchre tournament. I thought it was a lot of fun. I hope you guys continue to plan to do that, because a good time was had by all.
It turned out real well.
And I think that there was a lot of people there, and I think that if you had it again, it's definitely be something that's going to grow. But I really enjoyed it. Had a good time. Had a very good time.
The spaghetti dinner was very
Oh, yeah, spaghetti was good.
Oh, yeah. Well, that didn't do real well, so.
If it makes you feel any better, we had our meatballs tonight with some ravioli. It was pretty good, so.
Thanks.
Okay, road department, Dick.
Cleaned up Leffenwell Road the other day. I've got a lot of trash. And there's just a lot we didn't get that was over in the fields that the water pushed over there. And I took a ride up Cook Road, and I seen where it was washed out by, what's that guy, what's their name? Myers' son-in-law.
Burger. Yeah.
And it was probably 10 foot, whatever. And it was washed out clear up to the road and underneath the road. So we fixed that. But when I was fixing it, I seen him coming up the driveway. Oh, we're in trouble now. And I seen these little sticks sticking up in a group. Here he says, them's my wife's hostas, is that what you call it?
Awesome, yeah.
I
Yeah.
said, well, I thought they was weeds.
Oh.
But I didn't get them all. He said, that's all right, so. But it needed fixed anyway. He wasn't upset, he just,
Yeah.
She was.
but he said the water, I know the water comes down there fast. He said the water was clear over the road, clear over in his yard, up in the neighbors, what's it, Schick, is that their name? And over in Mars's field. Said it looked like a big lake. And I know it, and the pipe there is probably too small to handle all that. That
No, our
water is
pipes
too
are big
much.
enough to handle all the rain we got that
Yeah,
day.
but
Lots of places where.
I never went over there with all the other stuff that was going on. And, but it didn't do bad. It just that one spot. And it's fixed.
And you got it taken care of?
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I just wanted to make sure I get the coal patch, you know.
Okay.
I'll get on that whenever I get it.
Okay, not to interrupt. Sandy, you said there was an issue at Brownstown on Mill Road by their driveway?
Oh, but it's okay. It was just a hole in the berm.
Okay.
And
It
Dick
wasn't any
had
bigger
taken
around than
care-
that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's all taken care
And
of?
she thought it was growing, but Dick had already taken care of it.
Okay.
Dick's on top of it.
He is, he's good. Okay, public comments. Tracy, anything?
You guys wanted us to limit the games during the garbage.
As much as
7th through May 14th,
possible.
correct?
Yes, as much as possible if you could. Jason had suggested maybe trying to do a lot of away games that week.
I will let them know.
Okay. Anything else? No?
Just thank you for your bills.
You're welcome. Mr. and Mrs. Taylor? No? Mr. Varney?
Mr. Young, if you're going to a 911 meeting tomorrow, maybe you might want to check into why on August 4th, 2010, I called 911, and I very clearly said, I need Berlin Township Fire Rescue Squad. I may just have had a heart attack in the last few minutes. I was very nicely and very politely told, sir, you are mistaken. You do not need a fire rescue squad. Now, I always thought if you called 911 and said, I think I may have had a heart attack, it's standard procedure to dispatch a fire rescue squad.
Okay.
And they did not dispatch fire rescue. They didn't dispatch sheriff. They connected me directly with lanes. And I'm not angry with you people, but I'm angry with lanes because this is the second time my family's had problems with. I explained 2 times, at least 2 times to that dispatcher, you have to go west of the bridge in Shillings Mill to get to me. They couldn't find me. I had to go physically find the ambulance. And I don't think anybody can